Hello. I thought I would make a little video of our garden right now in Wagenborgen in the Netherlands. It's now 12th of June 2021. So this is also a little document for ourselves when we are living in Spain to see how nice and green everything can be. Yeah, let's have a little walkabout. So here are the plants that I have been seeding, and the cactus I got rooted, and they are growing nicely. So I had them inside all winter, and now they can come out. Ooh, I can't see so much because of the sun. You can see some plants like the pomegranates and also the neem and some of the citrus. They have some damage from the sun because they were nicely protected inside, and now they are outside. So they are struggling a little bit and trying to get adapted to being outside. But I can see that the pomegranates are adjusting very nicely, and and the toughest plants will survive. I saw also some, you can see, let's see, this is the carrot tree, and it got some leaf damage, but you can see the new shoots are looking healthy, so it's getting adapted as well. There was a little bit too much water in here, so I changed that, made a drain, because these are plants that should not be with their feet in water all the time. So that's I'm quite happy about that. These are the flowers in the flower bulbs we have planted for a friend of us in Spain, and we're gonna take that with us when we go in September. That's for Mina. And let's go this way. So here we have the grape. It was a present from our neighbor, and this is now, I think, the third year that we have it. And last year we finally got a lot of fruit, and for this year it's also going to look nice. It is a little bit sour, so it's not really a grape for eating, but it's nice. So then we have the wickingbeds. This one I planted some onions, and suddenly the potatoes were coming up, volunteers from last year, of the small seed potatoes that were still in the ground, and they sprouted again, and you got potatoes. So once you plant potatoes, you'll have them for always, so that's nice. Further on, I'm not going to do very much with the wickingbeds. I'm going to tear it down, because in about 2.5 years we're going to sell all this and move to Spain, and we're going to make this plot grass again. That's I think not everybody is in the has the same idea as I have, so we want to make it nice for selling. This is the mint. It's doing nice. Nasturtiums. It was one plant and it seeded itself, and well, now we've got an abundance of nasturtiums again. So that's very nice. This one is beautiful. We've got a lot of strawberries, because they are on the ground. Also insects eating it, but they also leave some for us. So I already tasted them. They were very nice, very delicious. Again, let's see if you can see some. Oops. There we have. It's a lot. So I'm not going to do too much about it. It's nice that we have those strawberries, and we can take some to Spain. So it's more, yeah, preparation for Spain instead of growing food for ourselves at this moment. Here we have the asparagus, and this is for the third year. Yeah, third year. First year I seeded them and had them in pots. Then second year I planted them out in this bed, and yeah, they were nice, small stalks. And this year there were also a lot of big stalks, so I didn't harvest them. I will wait for next year and then start to harvest some in the spring when they come up. And yeah, every year you can get more. And this is also something for Spain that we're gonna bring with us. So yeah, so it can stay here until we move. Well, this is the comfrey. This is the big mother plant, and it was also very abundant last year. And you can see there's a lot of flowers and bumblebees going around. And this is flowering all year through, and a nice supply of food for the insects. It's a great plant. I love it, and good for mulching as well. Well, this is comfrey that I took out last year and took some root cuttings, and it has a little bit difficulties growing because of all the slugs. We have a lot of slugs and snails. That's so the good thing about having all this green and green on the floor is on the ground is yeah, that the soil is protected and the insects are protected, but as well as the slugs. The rhododendron, okay, it's I made a picture last week and it was still in flowers, and now it's gone, so that's a little bit pity, but it was very beautiful. Then we have some gooseberries, raspberries. Yeah, this is the black one, and it's growing very abundantly. And also together with the comfrey, there's a kind of, it's a white gooseberry, very tasteful. It's a bit yellow white fruits, and very sweet. It's delicious, and it's giving a lot of fruit every time. So it was a small plant last year, but it's growing vigorously. So it's yeah, we'll enjoy it. It's like a little candy store here. This is the haskap. I did not had any fruit yet. This is the second year I have it, so we'll see what it's going to do. It's a berry from actually from North America, and it's slowly coming up here in Holland as well. So well, let's see what it's going to do. Some more comfrey, some volunteer potatoes. There we have the blueberry is doing nice. There's also gooseberry. It's without how do you say that? Needles, stings, pins. And yeah, there's another one. So quite happy about it. You can see there's because of the flowers, there's a lot of bumblebees and insects, and there's also this is some wild. Is it gooseberry or bramble? I don't know. But yeah, it's actually in the wrong place, but well, I'm going to leave it. And I can see there's a lot of flowers, so there will be a lot of fruit as well. It's the black one, so that's nice. Go. Yeah, and it's so we had this cold spring and wet, and it was the garden. The plants were starting very slowly, but yeah, now it's going very nice. It looks super. And if you see this, sometimes you think, why do you go to Spain? But that has other reasons, and we're going to try to make it a little bit greener there as well. So that's a nice challenge. Over there I put the aquaponics. It's not finished yet, but yeah, for now it's going to be there because, yeah, like I said, this place is yeah, going to get away. We'll make grass out of it. So, and I will make for the coming years some. I prepare some buckets for the buckets. Yeah, something like that for the aquaponics. So then, when we get there, then I don't have to build them. Then I can just install it. Well, this is a lot of stuff all for future aquaponics, so it's a little bit messy, but okay, that's it. There's another grape I planted last year. It's going nicely, and it has already some fruit. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to see on the screen with the sun. So that's very nice. It's a blue one, red one, something like that. It should be very tasteful. So here are the wicking beds, which we're also going to take with us to Spain. I love this kind of system. And in the future, in the greenhouse in Spain, I'm gonna put 4 media beds and 4 wicking beds, and I will connect them all together. So it will be a kind of continuous flow wicking beds, and yeah. So we can have all systems. Well, this is a lot of trees that I harvested from our garden. There were seedlings voluntarily coming up, and yeah, just took them out of the ground, put them in pots, and gonna bring them in September, and then we'll see if they can live there and do their thing. Let's hope, and otherwise, well, no harm done. These are the seedlings of the hazelnut. We have a green one and a red one in the garden, and I harvested some hazelnuts and put them here in the soil last autumn, and they sprouted. So it's so beautiful. I love this. Here we have another wicking bed which had the Brussels sprouts, and one has survived the winter and has been flowering and seeding now. But also here you can see we have some slug issues, so that's a pity. I hope we won't have that problem in Spain, but there will be other things, I guess. And I also let's see. Yep, I also seeded some seed from fruits. So in this row that has been germinating were the apple seeds. That was nice. I also seeded some cherries and plum, but I don't see anything coming up from that. But the apples, so it's this one, and that one is an apple. So yeah, nice. And there's some strawberries. So we're gonna have a lot of strawberries this year. These are the, let's see, it's a little bit difficult to see on the screen and the sun. These are the IBCs I planted there. I've planted, put them in the ground, actually for harvesting rainwater and then use it in the house. But yeah, that was before the whole Spain story. So I will dig them out again, and yeah, probably make some wicking beds out of it for the greenhouse in Spain. So this was the old filters of the aquaponics, and in this one there are 2 filters, radial flow and a settler. And the radial flow I will use in Spain. The settler I will make as a grease trap in our house for the grey water system, because yeah, otherwise it's a little bit too much filters. Yeah, so this is a little bit our stuff and the things we're going to do. So we're also last year we had a lot of seeds, cherry seeds from birds dropping the birds droppings, and they also dropped a lot of seeds in the compost there in the back of the garden. And yeah, when I was turning over the compost heap this few weeks ago, I saw some sprouting seeds, and I collected some and put them in pots. And that are these. These three are the cherries. So there's another gooseberry, the white one, white yellow, very sweet one. And then, oh yeah, there's my green roof with the sedum plants, and also some I see a young tree coming up, and some weeds. I love that nature is doing their own thing as well. So get some more natural look. And there are some grasses. Yeah, I like that. That is also something I want in for the greenhouse in Spain. The shed that the fish are going to be is going to have a roof, one side with solar panels, and one side with yeah, these plants. Make it a nice green roof. This is a little garden patch, and again you see some slug damage. This big plant up over here. Only here we have some leaves, and but here it's all been eaten by the slugs. That's a pity. It's a very nice plant. It's flowering early in the spring, in the end of the summer, at the end of the winter, and it has a very beautiful smell. So yeah, it's a pity that didn't work out. But yeah, sometimes you gain some, and sometimes you lose some. But overall, it's nice and green and flowers, so I'm quite happy about it. A lot of plants are doing very well. So yeah, happy. This is our little garden house. Once a bedroom of Kevin, our younger son, and now it's a nail studio for Jeanette. But no. Well, and here we have some wood and branches from a tree that we had to cut because the neighbor had too much problems with it. So and then again it took a lot of sun, so we can see that yeah, our grass is benefiting from it, and other plants as well. So that's our walkabout of our garden, of this beautiful house, which is going to be for sale in 2 years. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it, and otherwise we will. And yeah, hasta luego.